Today I'm exploring Canterbury with my friends who live nearby, Jason and Josh. It is my second time here in Canterbury and their second time showing me around. We'll see some of the big historical landmarks, but we're also going to hunt for some of those little local oddities and hidden gems. Can't come to Canterbury without at least looking at the cathedral, which you can see from all over the place. We popped into Garage Coffee Roasters.
Garage.
Sorry.
It's going well. We've only had one coffee. No, we haven't.
Really nice coffee, but this place has been on your radar because they have other locations in Kent.
Yeah, so their roastery is nearby, and they have a cafe at the roastery, but it's good. It's good stuff, so we've been wanting to try it for a while. And you've made us.
Yeah.
So thank you.
Yeah, thank you. It was good coffee. I liked it. I don't know if this is an accurate description of a coffee, but it was kind of acidic. It was like a little more on the acidic side, and I liked that. The Canterbury Cathedral is considered England's first cathedral and is basically the headquarters of the Church of England. It's been a big deal since the 6th century, but it's probably most famous or infamous for being the site where Archbishop Thomas Becket was murdered. The thing I find really fascinating is that in the 1500s, Henry VIII made it officially part of the Church of England when he broke away from the Pope and the Catholic Church. Tickets are £19.50 to get in and explore. I think they're good for a year, if I recall. And it's definitely worth visiting once in your lifetime, at least, because it is a beautiful cathedral inside and out. It is a lot more beautiful when it doesn't have quite so much scaffolding, doesn't it? Or doesn't it? Isn't it?
Isn't it, doesn't it?
Isn't it, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's the one, yeah. And in the sun as well, rather than
100%.
hammering it down with rain.
Yes. Yeah. The last time that I explored Canterbury with these two, it was maybe one of the rainiest days I've ever experienced in England, and it's definitely a better day to do it today. Anytime I'm in a place that has Roman history, I like to see it. And this museum is supposed to have a pretty cool mosaic, so I'm excited to check it out. We didn't do this last time.
Didn't even know it was here.
It is neat that they have a wall of history on the way downstairs where at the bottom is where Roman street level is. Isn't that so weird that every place that has Roman ruins, they always find them so much later in time because we build everything up over the years, centuries? That is coin bashing. I think what makes this museum different from other Roman things I've seen throughout Europe is that there's a lot of information that I've never learned before. Like this exhibit right here is talking about how hairpins were a really big fashion accessory and they made them out of animal bones. And now I want an animal bone hairpin. No, I don't. That's a weird statement. Wouldn't it be cool though if somebody was like, oh, I love your hairpin. And you're like, oh, thanks, it's Roman. When you see Roman artifacts in other museums or, Roman ruins, it's usually just like, here's some old stuff. But this is actually explaining, how they used the things and what everyday life was like for them and just grooming habits and all kinds of things that I've never really known about. And I think that that's very fascinating. This sign is saying that basically between the 4th and 5th centuries, Romans just kind of abandoned Canterbury and they don't really know why.
So I was just watching the video, and apparently they only found all of this after the bombing in World War II. The whole area was destroyed, and when they were clearing it away, they uncovered this.
It is wild to think that underneath all the city, there is more things like this that exist. We just haven't discovered them or rediscovered them. I don't know. Is discovered the right word? Kind of, I guess. Unknown. The actual Roman ruins and the mosaic itself are a little bit hard to see because they're all behind these glass windows, but still a very interesting museum, worth checking out. That's a nicer mosaic that looks legitimate. Right next to the Canterbury Roman Museum is a place we just popped into for breakfast because it sounded good, had reasonable prices, and I had a delightful smoked salmon on a bloomer. Man, that poached egg was perfectly cooked, nice and runny, super good. Followed Jason into a vintage shop that turned out to have a lot of American themed vintage items. He jokingly pointed out some silly sweatshirts with horses on them, and then I decided that one of them that had a horse on it and said made in the USA was my kind of jumper, and I bought it. Jason was just saying that the author of Rupert was born here in Canterbury. I think there's quite a few literary connections here, because there's also the Canterbury Tales. There's a statue of Chauncey, is that his name, that wrote?
Chaucer?
Yep, that's the one, Chaucer. Almost. And then we literally just walked by the site where Charles Dickens gave a public reading of David Copperfield. I think we also saw a blue plaque, and there's things like the Marlowe Arcade and stuff are named after Marlowe.
Correct.
Yeah.
And wait until you see Bagpuss. What?
I don't even know what that means.
You don't know who Bagpuss is?
No.
Bagpuss.
Oh. I don't know how I'm supposed to feel about that. A couple other interesting things that I have learned about Canterbury is that the actor Peter Cushing is from here. Most famous for probably being a villain in Star Wars, and also he was in a lot of the Hammer horror films. So that I thought was very cool. Orlando Bloom as well, but I think that's maybe less significant to me anyway. Yeah. And also, I'm staying in an Airbnb right outside the city center, and there's a really neat mural on the outside of my Airbnb, and I heard a tour happening the other day, and they were talking about how Canterbury is the birthplace of progressive rock. It's called the Canterbury scene, and that the mural is of a significant drummer from one of the bands here that was part of the progressive rock scene in Canterbury. Fun facts. Good. Thanks, random tour I heard. Wandering the King's Mile, and I am just rejoicing in how nice the weather is, because I specifically remember that this was a very rainy part of our day last time we were here. This street is full of all kinds of neat shops and little cafes and more vintage clothes that I definitely want to own. The crooked house on the end here is probably the most famous, most iconic building on the street. And it is a very, very cool looking building, but man, there are so many neat medieval buildings all over Canterbury that it's not alone in its coolness. Accidentally stumbled through this place called Abbott's Mill Garden. What a lovely garden park situation. I think what makes this park special is that it clearly used to be a mill, and so there's all this kind of leftover industrial equipment, but now it's a park. It's really neat. It's also a beautiful row of houses with the view of the park right here on the River Stour. Tina, the Tina Turner musical? I didn't know there was such a thing. Now I know what I'm doing in October through November.
Student tour?
Seeing the Tina Turner musical all the time.
Hello everybody. Good afternoon.
Is that a uni tour that's happening?
I believe so.
Ah, seems like a good uni city. I think you, Josh, you said you were here for uni?
I'm not quite brainy for uni, but I was here for college. I used to do hairdressing. So
Okay. Hairdressing is a very important university skill.
everybody needs their hair cut.
Yes, yes. Hey, real quick, if you're new here and you aren't subscribed yet, make sure you subscribe. Because I like Kent. I like lots of places around. You can check out those videos. They'll be in the description. Next up, the Beaney House of Art and Knowledge, which was founded thanks to Dr. James George Beaney, who was born in Canterbury but made his fortune as a surgeon and politician in Australia, and I guess was so flashy with jewelry and public showmanship that he was nicknamed the Diamond Doctor. But despite his flamboyant reputation, he left a large sum in his will to create a free library, museum, and art gallery for Canterbury. Opened in 1899 as the Beaney Institute, this Victorian Gothic building is equal parts art gallery, museum, and library. A mummified cat.
Yay.
He's cute, I'll take him home.
Customs may have something to say about that.
I mean, I think a lot of people would have something to say
That's
about
fair,
that.
yeah, that is a little weird.
Look at those little chompers.
And that's a wrap.
Oh, I see what you did there. There is a little bit of everything from natural history to ancient world artifacts. And as I think Jason described it best.
Victorian took. Yeah.
You just asked me if I knew what the Clangers were, and this is what they are. I don't know how I'm supposed to feel about that.
It was a kids' TV program. They're the characters. They used to it's the animation where they move them a little bit at a time and.
Oh, so creepy.
Yeah.
Okay. They do have little rat hands. Look at those little hands. They're kind of weird. What era are we talking? Like 60s, 80s, 2010s?
Well, I grew up in the 80s and watched it, but I don't think that's when it was first
This
aired.
looks kind of 70s to me, this sign, but I don't know. I guess you'll have to let us know. When are the Clangers from? Please tell me. I want to know more. Send me your links of weird YouTube videos. Thank you. There's a mural that we pass every time we come into the city center, and you pointed that out and said, oh, there's Bagpuss, and I thought, that's a weird thing to call the Cheshire Cat. But it's because he's different.
Yeah, he's
So-
a saggy old, baggy old puss.
That sounds like Winnie the Pooh. No? What's
Winnie the Pooh's a bear.
I know, but doesn't he have a rhymey name like that too?
Doesn't he have a rumbly in his tumbly?
Oh, maybe that's
Oh,
what it
is
is.
it silly old something old bear?
Yeah, it rhymes.
Similar. Yeah, similar.
It's
yeah.
similar.
Yeah. But
I'm-
this is Bagpuss.
Okay, so tell me about Bagpuss. Is he also a literary character? Okay.
Same creator.
Oh, that explains a lot. Are these also things from Bagpuss?
In the 1970s, there we go.
Oh, okay. Mr. Rumbletum's Gumboot. That's the most British book I've ever heard. I feel like I've just learned so much about British culture in such a short period of time.
It's not over yet.
No?
You have to meet Basil the Brush.
His name's Basil?
His name is Basil.
Like the herb?
Yeah, Basil, yes. Like the herb, yes.
See, I'm so British now.
And his catchphrase was ha ha boom boom.
Oh, I love it. He's my favorite. That's a great catchphrase. So he's also a literary character.
It's all the same creator.
Oh, okay. Oh, and there's another Bagpuss. And what about Noggin the Nog?
What about him?
He's also a literary character.
Same creator.
Oh, okay.
And the Pogles.
Oh, the Pogles. I like them. I don't know what it is about them. They just seem endearing.
They look like the expression on a YouTube thumbnail.
So every single episode starts with Bagpuss, dear Bagpuss, old fat furry cat puss. I'm sorry, I can't finish that. Wake up and look at this thing that I bring. Wake up, be bright, be golden and light. Bagpuss, oh, hear what I sing. Was there singing? I think my favorite thing is that even in pictures of what I'm assuming is a nice, fresh, new Bagpuss, he looks sad and tired.
I think that is
That's
intentional.
okay.
I was just reading as well, it's weird that it says originally Bagpuss was supposed to be a marmalade cat, but the fabric ordered from a firm in Folkestone arrived in the wrong colours.
They accidentally ordered Cheshire Cat. Okay, so what is your favorite of these?
Bagpuss. The Clangers.
Okay. Basil Brush is my favorite.
He's probably the most famous, to be fair.
I mean, he should be. He says ha ha boom boom.
Genuine national treasure.
I agree. What's your favorite? And can you send me all the YouTube videos of these things? Because now I definitely want to see them. I love it when museums that have art that's local to the area. One of the most memorable things I remember from last time is you pointing out that ducking stool. And I can't remember exactly the story, but they used to test for witches. Like if you drown,
if you're accused of being a witch, you used to put you in the chair, put you under the water. If you drowned, you weren't a witch. If you didn't drown, you were a witch and they killed you.
So either way, you didn't win.
Well, that seems like a real bad situation. I didn't know that the West Gate here is England's largest surviving medieval gateway. Had no idea until I read this sign. There is a museum in it that you can go to. I think it's £4 to enter, and there's also supposed to be pretty good views from up there, but we have an appointment to do something very important that we are on our way to do next. We're punting.
This is fun.
Isn't this so fun? You've done this, I think, in Cambridge.
Yes.
I've never done this before, but I've had my eye on it ever since I learned about it the last time I was here a few years ago.
And you don't even have to row today.
No, none of us have to do the work today. I'm so glad we waited to do this for nice weather, because this is perfect.
Imagine doing this in the rain.
The ducks are hanging out on Grass Island. There are so many ducks. I'm here for it.
Food.
They got all the birds out. Ducks, pigeons, seagulls. They're all out today. Everything I love, all in one place. There are other punting options you can choose, but we chose this one because they have a 3-person private one that's 20 quid a person, and we thought that that was a good deal when the other ones can seat up to like 6 or 8. Although the other ones go, I think, through the city, more of the city center, and we went more through the nature reserve here, which I just thought was a lovely, peaceful time. It was very relaxing, taking in some nice nature, seeing all kinds of ducks. I don't know if I've ever seen that many ducks in one go. Good times. I guess I should also say that the river itself is so crystal clear, and it's just beautiful.
And a ton of fish.
Yeah, so many fish, so many dragonflies. I don't know that I could catch them, but there were so many dragonflies, and they were this vibrant blue turquoise color. Lovely.
I'm sleepy.
Yeah, that's true. In this weather, it does make you sleepy. Coffee?
Yeah, that sounds great.
It does.
Popped into the goods shed, which was recommended by Anne over on Instagram. If you are not following me on Instagram, make sure you go over there, follow me, because I do listen to the recommendations that you give me, and I come to places like the goods shed, which is a former shed turned local farmers market type place, full of amazing looking fresh fruits and veg, lots of local food. There's a cheesemonger. There was a lot of really nice looking stuff in there. I think we were in the mood for some coffee, and nothing really called out to us. So we're gonna wander a little bit more, see what we can find. But I would definitely be interested in popping in there in the future and grabbing a meal or something in one of the places in there. One of the things I really like about the city center here is that there is a really good mix of big box stores if you need some major shopping, but then also a lot of really good independent retailers, a lot of cool independent shops, a lot of great food options. Yesterday we had cream tea, some of the best scones I have ever had at a place called Tiny Tim's Tea Room. Also happens to be haunted. There's a third story. You can go upstairs into the haunted room and learn about the child hauntings there, and just excellent cream tea. Good place to go, but just so many options that I want to keep trying more and more things and keep coming back. I feel like we barely scratched the surface today. So thank you so much for coming along. Thank you again to Jason and Josh for showing me around. If you haven't seen the video where I spent the day with Jason and Josh in Folkestone, not too far from here, go check that video out. It'll be right up here. And that was a really fun day out.